Hello. Does it always pixelate like that, or is that just because I'm on the side?
I don't know. It kind of did that this time, but anyway, welcome to another episode of the Jedi Archives. We are every other Sunday, first and third Sundays of the month. We are starting to wrap up all things High Republic. This being the final arc for Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures, as we are doing 14 through 17, basically the Battle of Eriadu. My name is Bryce.
Jonathan?
I'm Mike,
Right.
and in this episode of Jedi Archives, we are wrapping up the Jedi and the Warden, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Phase 3. And this is part 1 with issue number 14 of the High Republic. So, fighting erupts on Eriadu after months of oppression by the dastardly Nile. Valiant partners Lula and Zine lead the charges against the occupying force. Meanwhile, the hidden danger stirs beneath the battlefield that threatens to turn the tide of the war. But who's in favor? In whose favor, rather? The fate of the galaxy is on the line as the final arc of the High Republic adventure begins. And we have this cover. We have two covers for this one. This is the main cover. That's the one that I have. And we have Lula and Zine on the cover. Recently married, newlyweds.
And when we mean newly, we mean newly.
Yeah, this is the way to start their honeymoon.
Yeah, they're basically well, we'll get into it. Going in and getting into the variant cover, because the variant cover is pretty cool too.
Yeah. And then there's Yoda, which I don't know why Yoda's there. Yeah.
Mysterious.
And here's the variant cover.
Which I really like the lighting effects on this. The way that the lightsabers glow, the way other things are glowing on it. I actually really do dig this cover.
I like the blue. Like the blue hue.
Yeah, it definitely pops. You know, like I said, like even in the background, there's things that are just like a little bit more vibrant in color. Not that I have anything against the main cover, but this cover is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. John, what do you think?
No, you guys both hit it on. There's a blue hue that travels all throughout the thing, and so it's making the light really pop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Actually, this one looks like there's headlights on them, right? Like they're running into the headlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's kind of dark.
But that goes with the tone of everything that we usually see from an art standpoint with this book, though. Like, it's perfect. This is just really cool, different, vibrant.
Should we look at all the covers first before we discuss the story? Because it's pretty much one storyline. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it's one storyline for sure.
So, but which is your favorite of these two? I mean, these are rich colors. I like this. Really nice artwork. Really, it's pretty.
I dig the second one better.
Yeah, me too.
Like I said, nothing against the first one at all. I just like the way that this one kind of just pops a little bit more with color.
I do too, but I think that this is like a deeper, richer color, more artsy, but this is more like cartoonish for me. And then this is 14, going on to 15. This is part 2. Eriadu is a battleground. Court Farzala and their allies fight valiantly against the Nile as they vie for control of the planet and the galaxy, but our heroes' brave yet meager fighting force is drastically outnumbered by Markion Ro's vast army, bolstered by merciless droids and savage war beasts. Will help arrive for the forces of light and life before they are overwhelmed. We have this cover, which is pretty cool. We see Markion there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this cover, which is pretty cool because we have these reminiscent of the AT-ATs.
Yeah, I was just say, like, going through that, I was like, we have AT-AT species.
Mm-hmm. Like AT-AT giant ants.
Yeah. The Bagarants.
Yep. Cool.
That is cool.
And then issue 16. The Battle of Eridu rages on as shocking developments continue to shift the tide of the conflict. A Nile victory seems all but assured thanks to their overwhelming forces and savage tactics, but will the unexpected arrival of a powerful combatant dash their evil ambitions? The Warden won't give up easily, and he will do anything to defeat the Jedi.
It's very true. You will.
He
That's
sure
cool.
will.
Yeah, the comics are great.
Yeah.
Court, Zvin, Barzla, Buckets.
The variant with the Warden. And we found out the Warden's name.
It's Dan.
He's got a
Keith.
a cheap name. Found on 14.
Keith.
Not Keith. It's Bob.
Warden Keith.
Yeah. And then the final issue. The Battle of Eridu continues. The leader of the resistance, Jedi Knight Farzala Tarabal, is faced with an impossible decision: risk the lives of his friends or forfeit the chances of defeating the Nile. It's a dilemma that sees Farzala descend into a dark place, only to discover a surprising confidant. The climactic final battle between the Jedi and the Nile that has been years in the making. It's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Very cool cover.
I like this half face.
Is that the Gaze Electric? What is that? Or is that the Ataraxium? I can't remember the names.
I think that is the Gaze Electric.
The Gaze
Yeah,
Electric.
I'm pretty sure that's the Gaze Electric.
It's pretty cool. Here's a variant cover.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is a very cool cover.
Mm-hmm. Very opposites. So this is very Nihilish. This is very Jedi-ish. Peace.
Well, but remember, I think all the main books are all connecting. Like if you open back to front, I believe they are on. So like you see this, and if you flip the other side, I believe the other side, the back side of those books has got like another. I thought these were supposed to be like connecting covers.
The back side is just this.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. I have them here. The back side's just like Jedi Bird.
Which ones was I? I was probably thinking different ones then. My bad. I thought at one point they were supposed to be like connecting in some. Oh no, wait. Put 16 and 17 together. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the actual covers, not front to back.
Oh, the front covers?
Yeah. I thought for some reason they kind of spanned into like a
16 and 17.
Yeah, if you put them together, does it form one picture?
Here's 16 and 17.
I thought I read somewhere they're supposed to connect somehow.
I don't think so. Nope, doesn't look like it.
All right, we'll move on then.
Nope, doesn't. I mean, the colors kind of match, but the same color scheme. I can see the color schemes do match.
Right, so like it's supposed to be. I thought in a way it was supposed to be like the Jedi, the Nile, the Jedi, the Nile. Like it's supposed to like if you take 16 and 17, like the left 16 is going to be all the heroes, and then it transitions into the Nile. Does it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, it does.
Okay,
it does. Yes.
Okay,
so you're right. I mean,
I just don't have mine in front of me to do that. I thought that they connected, and unfortunately, I don't have issue 17. I only know bits and pieces of what happened. So
you're right. So 17 does have the Nile, and 16 does have the Jedi. I mean,
yeah,
they don't make a picture together, but it does represent. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is true. All right. So, okay, so those are all the covers. And which was your favorite of all the covers?
Oh, Jesus.
And there's a bunch.
I mean, I'm still going to go with the variant on number 14. Although this one's a close second because this one just screams everything that bad that's going to happen. But
The one with the bug AT-AT, I like that one.
oh, the Boggaranth?
Just so I
Yeah,
can
the
say
Boggaranth, yeah.
Yeah.
And for the record, it's AT-AT.
AT-AT.
Or you can just call it an
I just-
ant-ant. We'll just
An
call that an
ant-ant.
ant-ant. Not a
Ant-ant.
Boggaranth, it's an ant-ant.
It's an ant. Yeah, it's an AT-AT because I just watched Rogue One after watching Andor, and on Rogue One, they officially say it on screen. They call it an AT-AT.
No, there's a
He
slang.
calls it AT-AT on
A
screen.
non-imperial officer calls it. It was a some
They
guy
called
like
it
you,
AT-AT on screen. Moving on.
some random bum.
Moving on.
It still all depends on when you were born. You're right, and
No.
everybody's right. It just depends on your age and what you grew up with.
Intellect level.
Yes, if you can know that it's an all-terrain armor transport versus an AT-AT. I get it. I know.
Oh, that's too far back.
Yeah, 13. We finished that a long time ago.
14. Yeah, 14. All right. So I'll leave it on the first cover. All right. So we'll keep it here because that's where it starts. Okay. So from the beginning, so we're here and our friends are fighting. You know, the battle's beginning. Their Battle of Iridu begins. And so starting at the beginning, I guess the most interesting thing about the start of it is we found out what the warden's name is. And it turns out his name is, what is his name? It's
Ed, it's right next to you. Look.
no.
Oh, it's
We gotta get rid of
Okay.
Here.
Ed right there.
No, his name is, it's right here. It's Herwint. Herwint Tix. His name is Herwint Tix.
Yeah, it was part of General Vice's crew at one point before becoming
We had a little
the
flashback,
Warden
right?
Denial. Yep. Oh yeah. I think it was a cool
You get
flashback.
that flashback.
Kind of just gives
It was a cool flashback.
brief enough backstory that it now we understand a little bit more of how he got to where he was, is because of basically how General Vice has said, you either claw your way to the top or you're
Or
nothing.
you die. Right.
Yeah,
right.
or you
I
die.
did like
but,
that.
So
Mhm.
and in retrospect, one of his thoughts goes back to that. I think that's in issue 15. He almost says the exact same thing. When you're
Right.
reading like the thoughts on the page.
Yeah, I like that. So I like the little flashbacks. There's a lot of little flashbacks that give you some perspective of what formed them to their thoughts today. So it was really cool. And so that was cool to see that. And see a lot of
Yeah.
it brings back a lot of old characters that we've seen from the past, like General V's. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's lots of cameos.
Lots of cameos. Yep. And then
Yeah.
that moves us on to, and then we find out that all of them are against now they're all fighting against the Nile except for the one group.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it moves us on to the next issue.
But the one thing we got to too is that Farzala really is like, as far as like when we're reading the thoughts on the page and the retrospects and all that or stuff, Farzala is the main character that we're learning about. There's, because obviously there's the flashback with Farzala,
and his master.
with his master, and while he was teaching him to dance, you could either flow with the force or you could be a boulder to basically stand in the way. But then when we fast forward and the battle's starting, and Zine and Lula are still in their wedding gowns. As the
Mhm.
battle starts, he's kind of cowered in the corner because all he can see is destruction. He can't,
Yeah.
see, any kind of hope or anything. So we kind of understand, like, now he's going through a phase for himself where here's this brave warrior that's now having some issues of his own, here now that the battle is happening.
I
Yeah, he's
thought that
having
was odd because we've already been through an arc through him. Like this is our second. How many books has he been so far? Like this season, and he's been phase one, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of weird to see him kind of regress to kind of being scared. I thought by now,
Yeah. You
I
know
don't know.
what?
Well, remember
He's
they were Padawans
The
and then
first
they
year, but
became
this
knights
season
at the end.
been pretty. He's had his own arc at least once, I remember. So it's kind of weird that he's kind of
I know
scared.
Court did. I guess I don't remember if Farzallah did or not. Maybe, probably. I know Court did because the whole mask thing was a big deal.
Yeah.
But
And we
Farzal is
see
having
that
these
again with
visions, but
Zin.
he's having these visions, these
Yeah,
bad visions. So I thought of it more like Anakin having these nightmares. So he's reaching like this stage like where Anakin was reaching the stage of having these nightmares. That's what I felt like. He's having these nightmare visions that he can't get out of his head. So that's what I felt it was like. Because he kind of freezes. And
Yeah.
they it's like, hey, Farza, you okay? Because he was like kind of frozen on the battlefield. And they
yeah,
snapped him out of it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm fine. So it was kind
yeah.
of
And
weird.
really, 14 was kind of setting the stage, um, more for really issues 15 and 16, where the bulk of like the battle and everything happens.
Mm-hmm.
So like we see directions being had with was it Severin Tarkin, then asking like Lula and Zine to be like the head of their honor guard, so they're not even on the battlefield at this point,
Right. And
kind of
each
thing.
issue did bring in something new. So it was a new
Mhm.
introduction. So that was kind of cool to see some a new cast came in. Like we got to see in 14 we saw General V's and the warden and the backstory of the
Yep.
warden. And then in 15 we got to see who was it that came in 15? I guess if I go here, we'll
As
see.
far as like a backstory or like just the characters, like
The
Yaddle
characters.
takes
Oh, Sav,
like yeah,
Sav Maligan, Yaddle.
yep,
The
yeah,
pirates, right? They came back because we haven't seen the pirates in a long time.
right.
So, so it was cool. A lot of like Jonathan was saying, a lot of cameos. A lot of the old characters came back in, and they're actually like, but they're not just cameos because they're fighting.
Right,
So
correct. Yeah, but it's funny too is because we kind of almost like have kind of remind me a little bit of like Endor at one point when they're like, how do we defeat, everything that's happening, in the sky versus everything that's happening on the ground. And they almost kind of pull a Ewok Chewbacca takeover of one of those Bagarants and start using the Bagarants to taking out, the other Bagarants, as well as like taking out some of the uh, aerial assault that's happening. So it was kind of cool to see almost like that Return of the Jedi, like, hey, we have this ATSTs here destroying everything. How do we flip the tides kind of thing? So
hmm
it was kind of
and
cool to see.
and then we have and then we find out there's a spy right inside with the Jedi who's because they've got his grandmother up in the Nile ship,
Yep.
and what happens then too?
Because remember, because the Bifrang City is what is the key to everything. It's like everything that's happening in Iridu, it's more important that they protect
Protect.
Bifrang because of like that thermal oscillator that's underneath there that they have to try to steady. And then obviously we see Court take a shot, and he basically tells Varsla, "You need to, you need to take charge." Like you this, and that was kind of his moment in the end, towards the end of 15. It's like you need to lead the charge, and he does give a really good, valiant speech. And you think at this point he's going to start dancing with the Force because he does kind of say, "I'm feeling this," at one point he's like this boulder that's protecting everything, but then once Court puts him in charge, like it almost changes his demeanor a little bit. Like I can do this. I don't want to let anybody down.
Mm-hmm. But then, wait. But it's Zint. That's in 16.
So no, Zint takes her mask off
Her
in
mask off.
15 because they have to
And-
go into like a small little place and
That's in
try to
16, right?
stabilize. Nope, that's in 15.
It's okay.
Yep. And then so and Court's
But she
laid up
gets
at this
hurt, right?
point.
She gets hurt because she shouldn't take it off.
She doesn't get I don't think she gets hurt so much as that like when she comes out of the thing, she starts going a little like and then
Berserk, right? Yeah.
Court tackles her and gets her mask back on, and then we just kind of that's kind of the end of that little piece of everything that was going on. But go back a few panels, I guess. But remember, like in 15, we get that like Avengers versus Thanos' army, like no words, no nothing, just one side versus the other coming together in the middle of this, middle of 2 pages. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was in 15. But then in 16, what happens is I remember they finally get the storm wall down, and then the fleet.
And no explanation how, right? Like the
Right.
storm wall is down, and next thing you know, the Republic forces are there.
Right.
I think
just
that's
because
gonna
everything
be
seemed very
in another story.
Right.
Oh, sure.
sometimes
Yeah, but
they
as
do
far
that.
as like it's completely unexplained in here, which is kind of cool, which means it's going to get explained in probably one of the books.
Yeah, one of the books for sure. I'm reading the
But
books now. I haven't found out how yet, but I'm currently reading Into the Light, and I'm halfway into it, so it's pretty good.
there was
Interesting.
somebody that I that also thinks that the Stormwall story might happen in that book. I haven't gotten to it yet, Mike, but it it might be explained in that book. If it's not explained in that book, it'll be explained in
Yeah.
Trials of the Jedi with Charles
Well,
Soule for sure. I don't think they can
They
go.
haven't yet, so I haven't heard anything about the Stonewall yet in that.
Yeah, so I feel like it's gotta be explained. Like it just can't come down unless there's like
Right.
there's got to be a reason for it.
Did we review the Battle of Iradu? I can't pronounce it. Iradu and the
Yeah,
one
that was
shot,
the previous one.
the one shot.
Oh no, not yet.
So I think that might be it. There's a one shot of it that's
Oh, we did.
We did
Not
the one
yet.
shot
We've done the one shot. Absolutely.
with Battle of Iradu. I can't keep track.
Yeah, we did the one shot.
Okay, that one just came out on April 30th.
No,
Oh.
we haven't. That one's coming up. That one's next.
Oh, okay. Then maybe it's a different one shot
one's
that I'm
next.
thinking of.
That's our next show. So we have that one scheduled for after this. So Battle of Iradu is next.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I'm assuming that's going to be helps out on this.
That's our
well.
next show. So it might be in that. Maybe we should have done that one first. So
That's fine. We like it like this.
No, good. This
This
is
feels
the good timeline. We're doing this in the right order.
Okay. So yeah, that one's next, and that's going to be for our 4-year anniversary, everybody. So can you believe it? 4 years of Jedi Archives.
Yeah, we might have to do something a little bit more than just a comic review that day.
We'll bring a cupcake with a candle.
There you go. Perfect. It has to have the number 4 on it.
And but then he has like a crisis, right? Because what happens, it looks like our friends are losing it. They're going to lose the battle because the warden decides, you know what? That's it. I'm going to just bomb everything. And he's going to bomb his own forces. He's going to bomb his allied forces, right? Or his Axis forces. Yep. And they're like, wait a minute, but our people are still on. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to bomb everybody, and we're going to leave and just destroy the core because it's going to unstabilize the planet. Right. He's going to destroy B Prang City, right, where the core is, and it's going to make the whole planet just like implode on itself. Right. Because they're trying to stabilize it, and that's where Yaddle is, and he just doesn't care because he knows that from the flashback that he's had is you have to claw your way to the top, and the way to do it is destroy the city.
Well, and he thinks
destroyed.
that everybody has also betrayed him too. That was the other underlying thing is like General
Right.
Reese betrayed him. All
Right.
these people have betrayed him throughout this whole thing. So if like he doesn't do it himself or take charge and do it, then something bad's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm. And actually, isn't he has the one that's with him is also going to betray him, right? Because
Frigate.
she's still with him, but she's on Tarkin's side.
Right.
Well, I think we found more about her in the Battle of Eridu.
Mm-hmm. So
She's
I'm still waiting for Drigget to make the
She's on the
switch.
cover.
Yes.
So-
Yes, because I have that. I saw that on the cover. I'm like, wait a minute, this one, like
Yeah.
she's on this cover, like she's yeah. I'm waiting for her to make the switch. So she's there with the warden. I'm like, wait a minute, she's gonna flip because I know she's on the side of the Tarkins. So interesting things are about to happen. So pretty much that's it. And I thought it was pretty cool though. And there was one really cool battle scene. I do want to.
There's a lot of really good art scenes. They did a lot of big
Oh,
pages.
for sure.
Yeah, a lot. But one in particular that I just really loved was a 2-panel, 2-pager. There was like no words.
It's probably the one I just described, Mike. It's in 15.
Isn't it? Let me see.
The one that I like described like it's the Avengers versus Thanos' army.
Let me see it. Probably because it was just really.
Jonathan, you want to bet that I'm right?
Well, they kept bringing it up, huh? It'd be cool to bring it up.
Let me see. 15.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I hate that our I guess pirated website got taken down.
I know. I hate that too. It's not in 15.
Helped us with stuff like this.
It's in 15.
Mm-mm.
Or is it?
Not the one I'm talking about. Oh, this is the one I liked. This one's in 14. It's pretty cool. Can't really see it, but
Yeah, the only way to see stuff is
Well, you'd have to take your background off, Mike. If you take your
yeah.
background off, you can show it.
Let me see if I show my face. But it's a cool. It's hard to see. Never mind. But it's a good scene. But that's not really the one I wanted to show either. It's a 2-panel one.
Yeah, it's in 15.
Mm-mm. It's not in 15.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I just looked through 15. It's not in that one. It's a 2-pager.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
You need to go through 15 again, Mike, because you went right past it.
Maybe I need to go through 15 again. Okay, here's 15.
Somewhere in the middle, I think. Middle of the book.
There's the ants. Let me see. Going through it. No, it's not in here. Nope. All right.
Mike,
Did
you go through the whole book?
I went through it. This is 15. I'm going page by page.
Well, the only two physical copies I have in my possession are 14 and 15, and 15 is the one that's got that, unless it's at the end of 14. But I know which one you're talking about.
Making me look.
I refuse to give up. I know it's either at the end of 14 or it's in 15. I know it for a fact. I'm not getting up and getting my copies though.
Don't get up.
We still have left in this story. We have issues. They go up to we have 18, 19, 20, correct? And then that'll be it.
Yes.
No.
Oh no, it's this one. It's in It's in 14.
It's got to be at the end then. It's at the end.
It's in 14. No, it's in the middle of 14. It's this one. It's
Okay.
a two-pager in 14.
Yeah, it's good versus evil.
It's this one. See it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what that's
takes
the scene I was talking about earlier. It's pretty sweet.
It's in 14, not 15. See it?
Well, I knew which one you were talking about.
But it was
even
not
having
in
to look.
15. It's in 14 though, but there. I love this scene. It's really good. So really good artwork. There's so much detail in there. I just want to like get a magnifying lens and look at all the detail. So all right. So this the Jedi, what is this arc called? It's parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Jedi and the Warden. The Warden just gets out of there at the end, right? Because he's a coward.
He doesn't get away, but yeah, because we still have to finish his story,
right? Because we don't know what happens at the end, really. We just know. So at the very end, there's a existential crisis where Farzala has to like destroy. He has to decide if he's going to destroy them or not. But because the Republic shows up, they were able to get through because there's no more storm wall. He didn't have to, and so they're going to save. They're going to save Iriadu, and that's the last. That's all we know. So it doesn't get destroyed, and that's how it ends. So that's good. Good news.
Well, the next issue is called The Final Showdown.
Yeah, it's got Farzala and the Warden on the cover.
So I think like everything's safe, but we still have to deal with the Warden himself.
No, the battle. I don't think the battle is over because I thought for some reason 14 through 17 was the end of this one, but yeah, there's 18, 19, 20, 19. I believe on the cover, it says the last stand for Iriadu, I believe is what it says.
On which issue?
19.
I haven't seen the 19 one yet.
Yeah, 19, Iriadu's last stand, and Sav is on the cover of that one.
18 looks good though. The cover of 18 looks really good.
And then 20 is the final
episode.
one.
Yeah.
And
then we're
20.
Then we'll be done with these characters.
That'll be the end of the High Republic.
Yeah, on this one we've got on 20. Got Crash, Seb Tarkin, Ram Jamaran, Zine, and Lula, and that comes out July 16th. The climactic final battle between the Jedi and the Nile that has been years in the making.
Yep.
It's gonna be a little sad.
It is gonna be sad
for sure. There's so much content. Yeah. I thought this was done at 17. I don't know why I didn't. I thought this was the final arc.
Nope.
3 more. That's it.
And then we're
we
done.
Got one this month. One, the 21st of this month is 18, and then 19 in June, and 20 in July.
So I think we'll do those 3.
Read these 4, then the one shot, then get to those. I think that's the order.
Well, we still got. We still have the THRA series we haven't done either.
I mean, this next storyline.
But from this arc.
Yeah.
I think we'll do those 3 together then, right? And we're done.
Yeah, 18, 19,
that'll
20,
be 3 months from now.
Yeah, well, we still got, like I said, we still got the THRA ones that we can do.
All right, what do you guys review this arc?
So, I'll start. I like this arc. I thought it was really good and entertaining. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it 4 holocrons.
I'm going to be a step above Mike. I'm going to give it 4.5. It was
what?
And I mean, the whole thing was action, so it was good.
It was all action.
Yeah, it's true.
And we've had a lot of filler. And I realize when they do these parallel stories and almost real-time art time, you have to have filler. And I feel like that's the last couple of issues were kind of a little bit of filler stuff. So kind of buying their time to line up with other releases, especially since some stuff was delayed and stuff like that. So I definitely felt like we finally got the kick the tires. How's the saying go? Kick the tires, light the fires. We finally did that. So we finally get to the action, and is a great start. I guess first half of the final battle. So really enjoyed it.
Bryce?
I'm with Jonathan. I would put this at 4.5. One, when you can read a I think when you can read a comic quickly, even with like a decent amount of dialogue, and you feel the impact, like that's good storytelling to me. And so I thought it was great. So for yeah.
Mm-hmm. I only gave it a 4 because it was confusing at times for me to read because I didn't know who was some of the dialogues. It was hard for me to keep track of who was saying it. So I had to go back and reread it.
Yeah.
It wasn't clear to me for some of the dialogues, like the thought bubbles. They didn't have lines of who it was. So those were difficult for me.
Oh, yeah, I just knew it was what is it? Blue, it was like a blue for
Was that pale blue?
Farzala. Yeah, that was Farzala, and then I thought it was like some kind of tan or beige for the Warden, or maybe it was like a yellow. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. But it was I did enjoy it. It was really good. But still, 4 good holocrons. So from all three of us, really good ratings. So it's a good arc to read. So definitely a good read. Pick them up if you haven't already, and read them. It's a good read.
Very good read, and fresh too, because 17 only came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I just picked it up last week.
Yeah, so it's a good time if you haven't gotten into Red 14, 14, 15, 16, 17 are all one arc. So good time to sit down and read, and they don't take long at all. They're very quick comics.
Yeah, they are.
All right. Well,
make sure if you're in the Texas area in August, we are doing Rebel ScumCon. Do we have a ticker for that or no?
Rebel ScumCon,
Rebel
August
ScumCon.
8th through 10th, 2025 is hosted Boot to Eve Special Edition in Frisco, Texas. And go ahead and visit them at the rebelscumconventions.com. They have quite the lineup. And probably more to be announced. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's more to be announced.
So very cool. It's a second year. This is the second year that they're doing this. This thing's going to turn into like a mini celebration, which is kind of cool. So, and tickets for Boutique Special Edition Texas are now on sale at www.virtualcantinanetwork.com. And if you weren't aware, that is our new website. We have our events there. We've got Jonathan's incredible biography on that site, along with Michael.
Michael's okay one.
So
Michael's
be sure to check out the website for sure. And all our other socials.
Be sure to follow
as
the new website, virtualcantinanetwork.com, as well as YouTube at Virtual Cantina Network, on Instagram at virtual.cantina network, on X and on TikTok, Virtual Cantina.
Yeah, the X is at Cantina.
Yeah, it's not. Celebrate. Be sure to like Star Wars Celebrations Los Angeles 2027 Facebook page. That's the main page where everything will be spreading out from where the infection started. So that's where you need to go to get infected. All right, guys.
Sure.
That's all I have for you guys. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks with something new. We don't know yet.
See you next time.
We're doing the one shot. We already said it about 5 times throughout the recording.
I said we did. I don't know if it was a plan. So that
we are. It is. We're doing this one.
The one shot.
The Battle of Iriadu next time.
Mike's very good at scheduling things.
Bye-bye.
See you guys later. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Hi, this is author Timothy Zahn. You're listening to Virtual Cantina Network.